others indeed. And I thought I'd firstly just give you the heads up that I'm not here to talk about heads up, but to the press particularly, it's been fantastic for the support that we've given that particular project, and it's going well. Today I am announcing my candidacy for the mayoralty of Queenstown Lakes District. I have for several months been considering standing again for the position of councillor, and have been receiving a pretty constant stream of requests to stand for the leadership position for the district. And this support's come from a fairly divergent range of sectors in the wider community. And as many of you will know, I have been a two-term district councillor from 1995 to 2001, and have been active in a number of community groups throughout the 25 years that Nairi and I and our family have lived in Queenstown. And these include the Queenstown Primary School, both the PTA and the Board of Trustees as chair, St Joseph's Parish Council as chair, Queenstown Golf Club, they didn't let me chair that, Queenstown Lions Club, they let me chair that after I was defeated last time, and they thought I needed a job. Queenstown $10 Challenge Trust were quite flexible as to who chairs that one, Abbeyfield Wakatipu amongst others. And Nairi has played an active part too in the community, from play centre to the high school PTA, amongst other interests. And I believe that these past and current experiences will hold me in good stead in serving and leading your council and this community, and I am indeed humbled that so many local residents have asked me to do so. Making today's announcement from the senior citizens' premises, I think that's particularly appropriate and relevant, as I've been closely involved in elderly persons' welfare, and more particularly for the past decade with the establishment of Abbeyfield House in Frankton. But I think it's more important that this association best illustrates the volunteer sector in our community. And it's the volunteers who assist in our early childhood centres and schools, right through the years to assisting the elderly, to those involved in sporting and cultural endeavours that are the glue that bind our towns and communities. And it's their volunteerism that should always be acknowledged. Throughout my working career and community involvements, I've always tried to find ways to deliver better value and more cost-effective outcomes. And I hope to do this with the support of the councillors, for the residents, for the ratepayers and visitors. And I had said by eliminating waste, I've struck that out of the release that you're going to have by reducing waste. I'd love to eliminate it, but it could be realistic. Reducing waste, scrutinising spending and focusing on core services. And I believe your council and its various entities should deliver better value for the rates and charges paid. Councils are, by their very nature, monopolistic, but must find ways to change their modus operandi, as I find that annual rates increases in excess of the CPI, and in the order of the most recent one, sort of about 8%, unpalatable and unacceptable. And we must constantly endeavour to get better performance and accountability from our managers, the staff, the council-controlled organisations, the contractors, and yes, the elected officials. And I shall do my best to deliver on this in the coming term, and shall expect the community to make its judgment in 3 years' time. I have spoken briefly with the other declared aspirant for this position, and I have advised Vanessa that it is my intention to nominate for both the mayoralty and as a councillor. And should the vote favour another candidate, be it her or anyone else, I would be happy to serve on the council led by them. I have asked that she do the same in the event that I'm elected to lead this council. But let me be clear, if there's any candidacy for the mayoralty only, I would contest the mayoralty and the mayoralty only. I do, however, believe that we need talented and committed candidates, and one-term councillors often become much more effective in the second term, so I would welcome their election. And can I say this to the wider community? There's still more than a week to go before nominations close, so there is always time for more candidates. To those who are often, or indeed constantly critical of the council, its councillors or officials, now's your time to be heard. The partial sale of Queenstown Airport to Auckland International Airport Limited is clearly a topical, controversial and potentially divisive issue for our district, as itself was. Without the benefit of detailed knowledge of the agreement, I have great difficulty with the process and with the result. I have no doubt that there are some benefits of a strengthened balance sheet, but wonder if this could have been achieved by other means. What are the details and the benefits of the so-called strategic alliance, or is that just a sweetener? The promised $10 million windfall was clearly misunderstood by some and added confusion to the situation. Most of the councillors were simply ambushed and had no opportunity to question the merits of the agreement. And I find the signing of confidentiality agreements by our elected members the most unsatisfactory issue of all, as it appears to favour Auckland International Airport and its shareholders over and above the interests of this community. That is certainly the perception. We must ensure that there are more robust mechanisms put in place and that there are no more surprises. Had this partial sale been clearly signalled in the business plan or the annual report to Council and approved by full Council, even those who are vigorously opposed would have had to accept the outcome. The state of our Council's finances, the level of debt, the state of reserves is also a concern. And I just look back 9 years ago, we had $30 million debt, and I remember that was a major debating point. Debt is now around $100 million and was projected to quadruple by 2019, according to the 10-year plan. I wish to quote from that plan. This is in the summary at the start. The key issue in last year's 10-year plan was affordability for the ratepayer. The 10-year plan identified that in the last 6 years of the plan, so they're talking about from 2014 to 19, debt levels were not affordable and predicted to become $413 million. We in this district were not immune to the slowdown in the world economy, and the impact that it's had here has seen stalled projects and meant significant reduction in development contributions and revenues from land sales. So stronger action to control our expenditure and obtain more competitive contract rates was and is needed. As you know, there are a raft of other concerns that people have, from parking to rubbish services to street lighting, to name but a few. And I believe that in these and other areas we should seek to have improvements in a measured and progressed way. And I look forward to hearing of the various communities' concerns. I wish to acknowledge the services of those elected officials who are choosing not to seek re-election. Their contribution and commitment is often only fully appreciated by those who have sat around the same council table and in various other places and know of the hours that have been spent on preparing, attending and actioning the decisions made on the district's behalf. Such service should be seen as an example for others to follow. And finally, in seeking the support of the residents and ratepayers of this community, I'm indebted to my greatest supporter and sometimes critic, Nori. Earlier in the year, we booked an overseas holiday and we shall be away from late September to late October. I shall endeavour to make myself available for all organised electoral meetings and to speak with any community groups or individuals throughout the next 6 weeks. That's the statement that I wish to make. There is a copy of it available to the press with that one minor alteration of eliminating waste and reducing it, and I'm happy to take any questions that the press may have.